Hi everyone, today I'm going to show you how to fold this origami mushroom. This is one of my new designs and it's a dual color model which I really love. And yeah, I had fun designing it and I hope you have fun folding it. So yeah, with that being said, grab some paper and let's get folding. Alright, so for a model of this size, I'm going to use a 6-inch square. This model is easy medium complexity, and there are a few tricky reference points, but not too hard. Alright, so for a red mushroom, let's start white side up, and let's valley fold diagonally in half. Alright, now let's unfold, and we're going to do kind of the same thing in this direction, but we're just going to make a pinch right in the middle. Just a small pinch just to know that there's something there. Now let's bring this point up to the pinch that we just made. And let's valley fold down point to point. Alright, now let's valley fold up on this line here. Try and make sure that this front corner doesn't slide. Alright, now let's bring this edge down to this edge, and we're going to let this flap swing out. Alright, now we're going to unfold this and then just shift this down so that it aligns with this edge. And then let's valley fold this up on the existing crease, and then let's fold back down, aligning it with the edges behind. Alright, and now let's unfold everything. Alright, now we're going to bring this point down to this point. So let's just valley fold. And let's unfold. Alright, now let's valley fold in half. Actually, sorry, let's unfold. And we're going to rotate this way, and we're going to make a fold that starts here, and we're going to make this go all the way across. So it should touch this point here, and then also all these lines should line up with each other. That's how you know it's straight. Alright, let's turn over, and let's valley fold on the center crease. And then do the same on this side. This side's easier because we just have to bring this bottom point up to this top point. Alright, we should have this now, but we're going to do a little bit more. I'm just going to hold it this way, and let's valley fold this up so that the new edge aligns with this existing edge down here. And then let's valley fold up this side. Again, this side's easier because it's just bringing this point up to this point. Alright, and then now let's unfold. Make sure you have the corner with more creases at the bottom. And this should be all of our pre-creases. Alright, so now we can start bringing this together. I accidentally made the creases the wrong way, but that's no problem. So we're just going to mount and fold this one just right of the center crease, and then valley fold the one right next to it. So we're just pleating. Then we're just going to do the same thing on this side, just mountain and valley. Alright, and then now what we want to do is turn it this way, and we're going to bring this edge up to this crease here. So we're just going to valley fold this up. And then we should form a valley fold here, and it's going to come out, and it's going to go a little bit past this edge. Just make sure that this edge touches this crease like that. Alright, and then now we're going to turn this way, and let's valley fold this over so that it does now align with that crease. And then we can valley fold this down as another squash fold like that. Alright, and then we can take this and then just tuck it underneath. There we go, now we should have this. And we're going to do the same on this side. So again, just bring the edge up to the crease, And this fold here should go all the way to this point. And then we're going to valley fold this out, and then squash fold this in. This may not align with this edge, but in my case it does. Just make sure that it doesn't go over the edge, or else you might need to make another squash fold. And then just put this back inside. Alright, and then now we can make this a mountain fold and then valley fold down here, so that we have our pleat on the existing creases. Alright, now we're doing something that's kind of a bit of a tricky reference point. So what we're going to do is bring this right edge here. How far? Well, you want, I guess, this edge to touch this point here. And then another thing you also want is for this line to be parallel with this line here. And that may mean that this goes over top of this crease a little bit. Alright, and then now what you want to do is open this, hold it like this, and you want this edge to touch this edge. So just bring the creases together and make it come to a point at the top. And this fold should go all the way down to this crease that we made here. And then once you have that, flatten it. And the goal for this is that this point should touch the center line here. Okay, so a little bit confusing, but it should look like that. The biggest thing is just this fold, and just make sure that it's parallel with this line and that it goes through this point here. Alright, I'm going to refold that, and then we're just going to do the same thing on this side. Alright, and then now let's partially unfold the top bit, and then we're just going to valley fold this down on the existing crease. And then we're going to do something a little bit special here. So at the point where this intersects, make sure that it's not going somewhere else. And then what we're going to do is we're going to valley fold starting from this point, and then it should end at that intersection here. Alright, so we have our diagonal fold like that, and then we're just going to squash it. And this part should come up a little bit, like it shouldn't lie flush with this. And then we're going to do the same here, so valley fold, essentially point to point. And then we're going to squash fold. Alright, and that's the base for our mushroom. Alright, now we can start making the spots on the mushroom. So let's first address this top bit here, the part that's coming up a little bit. And we want to valley fold this down to some degree. I think there's no real reference for this, but the most important thing is that you just want this edge to still align with itself. I guess if you do want a reference, it's a little bit before this point here. And then you want to just kind of spread sync. And the reference for the spread sync is that this line and this line are parallel. Alright, so a little bit of a tricky move, but I can show it again. So it was like this, and then we just valley fold it down. If you want a reference, maybe it's to that point, and you just fold this down edge to edge, and then squash fold so that this is a rectangle. Alright, and then now we're going to take this point and we're just going to pull it out. How much? We're going to pull it out so that this forms kind of a stretch here. Try not to rip the paper. And this point should almost touch this edge if you want a bit more of a reference. Okay, now we can do a bit of the spots. So we're going to open this up, we're going to squash it, which can be a little bit tricky, but you can fold it like this first from point to point. And and then kind of push it open. There we go. And we should have this. Now we have 2 points. And we're just going to mount and fold this excess behind a little bit. Just mount and fold it so that it's a bit more, I don't want to call it circular, but just maybe a bit rounder. And then we're going to make our 3rd point, which is going to be this raw corner. So let's valley fold in. And then again, we're just going to open up this bit and squash it in. And then valley fold this little flap down. And then now we should have 3 points. Alright, now we're going to do the same thing here. I'll go through it a little bit faster, but we're just going to valley fold this down like we did, and squash, trying to make it the same as this one. And then let's valley fold this to the right, and squash fold it. Alright, and then now let's valley fold this to the left this time, and we're just going to open this a little bit. And then valley fold this in a little bit, and then we're going to squash and fold the flap down to make the point. And then now we should have something like this. Alright, now we're going to add 2 more little dots to the side, and we're also going to get rid of this flap in the middle. Alright, so we're going to open this up here, just roughly, and then we're going to valley fold this up how far it's going to be at this crease. And it's not this crease at the back, it's the one that aligns with this bottom edge. And these side folds should line up, or it should end at this point here. Okay, so it was like this and we kind of just squashed it. Alright, now we're going to take this edge and fold it down to this diagonal edge here. And we're just going to fold to the middle because we're going to make a rabbit ear. And do the same on this side, aligning it with this diagonal crease, not the straight one. And then bring them together, and then you can rabbit ear one way or the other, it doesn't really matter. And then there's these little bits in here, you kind of want to fold them inside just to make it nice and clean. And then let's turn it this way, and we're just going to valley fold this inside to line up with this crease behind. Alright, and then now for the dot, we're just going to take this little corner here and fold it out. And then we're going to do the same here. Alright, so now it looks a bit cleaner, and we have 2 more dots. Alright, now the mushroom is almost done. We're just going to add a few finishing touches. So first off, let's take this point and let's fold it just in like that. And then we're going to round out the mushroom. So let's mount and fold this behind. There's no real reference, just mount and fold it behind a little bit. And then we're going to do the same with this top here. And then we can actually kind of form like a little rabbit ear. We can fold a rabbit ear here. It's not totally necessary, but we're just going to do it like that for now. And then you can mount and fold this bit behind a little. It's not totally necessary that you need a rabbit ear here. Right? And then just to make it a bit nicer so that it's not like that on the other side, we're going to unfold it, and then we're going to reach in and then close sync. So just have your finger in here, put it at this corner here, and we're just going to push inside and then push this corner in too. And then once you have that, the other creases should fall into place. And then we're going to do the same up here, where just bring your finger up to this corner here, and then we're just going to push this in. And then at this junction here, just kind of push it in like that. And then, oh yeah, here, you can, for that little small mountain fold, you can just kind of push it in so that we have a bit of a better shape on this side. Alright, and then we're going to do the same on the other side. Again, it's just basically open sinks. Alright, and there is our origami mushroom. I hope you had fun folding this. This was very fun to design. And in the meantime, have fun folding. Bye.